Yeah, rivals, it's a dangerous guy because it's a boxing. One punch, go home. This is dangerous, man, I know. But.
So therefore, the only way, if anyone is to beat him, is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Alexander Usyk.
Number 1 and number 2 in these defenses. Yeah. Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. Dubois number 2. He's taken like, all right, who's the next in line? Right, I'm fighting him. Yeah. That's the way he's doing it.
Floyd Mayweather is widely celebrated as the pound-for-pound king of his era, renowned for his flawless technique, ironclad defense, and unblemished record. His achievements across multiple divisions have immortalized him in boxing history. Yet, in the current era, Alexander Usyk has emerged as a worthy contemporary, drawing rare comparisons. With undisputed championships in multiple weight classes and wins over heavyweight elites, Usyk is now seen as today's pound-for-pound standout. If a fantasy exhibition between Usyk and Mayweather ever materialized, it would transcend entertainment. Meeting of contrasting styles and iconic legacies.
Daddy, don't be afraid.
Well, good evening. Hope you're enjoying our Monday Night Football coverage. Alexander Usyk, not a bad striker in his time. Thierry and Jamie are in studio. If you were fighting Thierry Henry, how would you get inside of his head?
Yeah, Terry is a great player, but hey, Terry, my legs be better with you. Terry, don't be afraid. My legs better.
What'd you make of that?
Sometimes you have to stay in your lane, and I will stay in my lane.
What truly sets Usyk apart isn't just his perfect record, it's the way he achieved it. Rather than sidestepping danger, he took it head-on. Every fight posed real risks, and every venue was high stakes. Still, Usyk excelled with grace, intellect, and unmatched skill. His impeccable footwork and strategic flexibility allowed him to outperform larger, more powerful foes. Today, Usyk's name echoes beyond titles. He represents heart, brilliance, and legacy. His greatness lies not just in who he beat, but in the timing and style of those victories.
From Usyk, that he's got 2 more fights in the bag at this point, that you reckon, yeah?
I interviewed him before. I sat down with him and had a chat with him before the Dubois fight. And yeah, he was just like, I've got 2 fights left.
So he's never fought in the Ukraine, he's never fought in his home country, or defended his title, I should say. So that's got to be on his wish list.
I would imagine so, but with what's going on in this country,
Yeah.
it's just a disgrace. It's still going on. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Anytime soon, no. But hopefully we'll get some peace there, and then maybe you will get.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to see peace in his country and for him and his family, and that would be an amazing event.
Alexander Usyk's legacy is defined by his willingness to face the most dangerous names in heavyweight boxing. Unlike some greats who stayed in lower weight divisions, Usyk boldly moved up and deliberately pursued the toughest matchups. Experts have called this shift not only daring, but historically significant. His back-to-back triumphs over Tyson Fury, once seen as invincible, underscore his dominance and cement his place among boxing's elite.
My gut feeling is that Joseph Parker fights for the WBO belt, but he doesn't fight Alexander Usyk. He fights the next man up. I haven't got the list in front of me, so I don't know the rankings. So I guess if you're Joseph Parker, the question is, I mean, what is it you want? Ultimately, if you want a world title shot and you think you've been blackballed from getting a world title shot or pushed to the back, then well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number 1 for the world title, and that guy is Alexander Usyk. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Said it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened.
Rising star Jai Opetaia has publicly expressed admiration for Usyk and hopes to one day share the ring with him. To Opetaia, Usyk isn't just a dominant champion, he's a trailblazer whose career has influenced the sport's new generation. This potential clash would be more than just competitive. It would symbolize the bridging of eras, with a young contender seeking to challenge a living legend on the grand stage.
I know a goal of yours is to go to heavyweight. You're giving me a little smirk. Like, is that like a dream scenario for you to fight one of those two guys?
I would love to fight Usyk, you know, respectfully. You know, I've always been so close to him. You know what I mean? Like I was, but I was 16 years old. I qualified for the Olympics. I competed at 17, little kid, and he won that Olympic Games. Like I've always been there. You know what I mean? I've always just been. It wasn't my time yet, you know, but I feel like my time's coming.
While speculation surrounds Usyk's final opponents, Keita Bouillot has now formally ordered him to defend his undisputed heavyweight crown against interim title holder Joseph Parker. The bout is gaining momentum fast, with both camps given 30 days to finalize terms before a purse bid is initiated. Parker, who recently scored major wins over Deontay Wilder and Martin Buckel, has earned praise from fans and icons alike, including Lennox Lewis. Promoter Frank Warren views the fight as a fitting test for Usyk's farewell tour.
Him is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Alexander Usyk, who is fighting big men, sometimes giving up 40-pound weight advantages. And unfortunately, that does mean that if Alexander Usyk goes on for 4, 5, 6 more fights, of course he is going to be defeated, in my opinion. But I would love that to not be the case. I would love it to not be the case. What I would love to be the case right now, as a boxing fan, is Alexander Usyk to walk off into the sunset. I think he's proven everything that he could possibly prove. And there's been debates, and especially I remember after the first few Joshua fights, there were debates over sort of Alexander Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield.
As Usyk approaches the twilight of his illustrious career, only 2 bouts remain before he officially retires. This announcement has sent waves through the boxing world, sparking intrigue among fans, commentators, and fighters alike. With a decorated legacy already in place, whoever steps into the ring with him next will share the global spotlight. The buzz around his remaining fights is intense, as fans brace themselves for the final chapter of a generational legend.
It's over sort of Alexander Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield. Listen, that argument, a lot of people wanted to rubbish that at first. That argument is a real argument that can be made now. Because when you look at what Alexander Usyk's done, remember Evander Holyfield was in a cruiserweight division that I'm not going to say was in its infancy, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the cruiserweight division that Alexander Usyk was in. The cruiserweight division that Alexander Usyk was in, I believe, was a more stacked, more competitive cruiserweight division. And the way Usyk left that division, he left it by cleaning it out. The World Boxing Super Series tournament was something that actually got the best fighting the best and got the best names coming into it and entering, and we weren't really seeing that at the time.
During a live interview, Alexander Usyk took a confident jab at Floyd Mayweather, asserting that he's consistently faced top-tier opponents throughout his career and still emerged victorious. Usyk boldly claimed that even at this stage, his footwork remained superior. His words weren't just lighthearted banter. They served as a pointed. It's a reminder of his elite conditioning and the high-caliber rivals he's conquered on his path to the top.